Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the Ox. So welcome back all my Ox friends. Let's see what you guys have been up to this week. See how you've been. Just shuffle these up a little bit. Move them around. See where we end up. Let's stop about there. And let's take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we have got the white to begin with. Then we're moving into two negatives. And as always, it's always doom and gloom. Oh no, it's a couple of blacks. It's going to be negative. Oh, I knew it. It's horrible, horrible. But that's not how it works. Black isn't always an attack. White isn't always all right. We're going to start off with this positive, which is actually quite a good way to start, because at least you're starting off in that positive place. I mean, it's a shame that something's going to come along and, upset that. But at least we've got this as a kind of, a good start. And we're going to begin this and start off with the tiger. And the tiger and the ox, again, they're not really a great duo, but they're not bad either. And I've said this before, like they kind of like just get along. So it's not incompatible, but it's not really necessarily compatible either. But it is in the white. And we are looking at a communicator here. We're talking about a talker. And it's lines of communication that are open, and it's an emotional thing here. It's feeling emotional towards things. It's feeling attached, or in some circumstances, unattached. Because it's an emotional thing. And a lot of things influence our emotions. Now, as an ox, you're relatively good at having no emotions, but no, you're very stern, very, very sort of, serious faced, very just disciplined. I'm not painting a great picture here, am I? But you understand, because you are the ox and you know what I mean. You know that you are an emotional person because you feel emotions, you feel happy, you feel sad and whatnot, but you can hold it together. So you do come across sometimes as an emotionless person. It's because you base your pretty much everything on logic, and that's how it works for you. You have to see it to believe it. You have to know it to trust it. You have to think things through. You have to think things through again. You're very kind of, I suppose, in some ways, the authoritative one, or the disciplinarian. And I'm seeing this tiger coming in, and this tiger here is giving this kind of defiant, rebellious kind of kick up the arse for you to kind of get on and do something that you may not necessarily in ordinary circumstances do. Maybe this is pushing you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe it is pushing you into these negatives, but this is some kind of an emotional attachment anyway. So you can't run from this. You can't hide from this. You can't just pretend it's not going on, because it's within you. You carry it around with you. It's being manifested by you. You're the one that's bringing it into existence and feeling it. We've got this communicator aspect as well, because you're not one that likes to just sit down and talk about your problems. You're not one that is just you're not one that's just going to come and blab and blab and blab and blab about what's upset you. But maybe this is an opportunity to do so, to express yourself a little bit, to kind of get some stuff off your chest. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to, I don't know, not lose the infamous, that sort of like infamous kind of temper. That kind of, that, I don't want to say like bull stubbornness. This isn't the time for that. This is more of an opportunity for you to be more, I don't want to say social. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe more just communicative in general, talkative in general, maybe just, just open up a little bit. I mean, let's move on to, they're not a bad card. An example of black not being an attack, the rooster. So that's good. So we're coming into that rooster phase, which is great. Because now we're moving from this emotional side of things, of, you know, let's talk about things, to actually to basically a phase that you can kind of get on board with, which is actually communicating for resolution, for a reason, for a justifiable reason. And I think right now it's the lack of communication that's maybe causing some hiccups along the way here, and it's creating a bit of a problem. However, with that rooster on your corner, you are going to start finding yourself feeling a little bit more talkative, more social, and a little less withdrawn. But this isn't necessarily a good thing for you, because your social battery is going to get kind of a kick here. As I say, you're getting kicked through this, and to any other person, it would probably be a great time. But for you, no. You've got things to get on with. You've got your own life to lead. You haven't got time to be messing around with other people's, you know, bits and bobs. Happy to help, yes, but you don't want it to you don't want to start prioritizing, and you probably wouldn't prioritize these other things. That rooster is a critical card, of course. It is a critical card. It's judgment. It's judgy. It's also financial. So potentially you're kind of criticizing yourself a little bit for maybe some over expenditure. Maybe it was because you had an emotional attachment to something. You wanted to try and help. You wanted to try and do something. You wanted to try and be there for it. And something happened. It was not worth it. Almost like, I suppose, in some ways, buying an engagement ring, thinking you're going to get engaged, and then being told no at the proposal. So the ring was potentially a waste of money. Or, I don't know, let's get the sort of like, you know, more, in some ways, emotionally attached to, I don't know, a materialistic object. Like you had an old antique, and unfortunately, it broke. And then you put in a lot of money to try and fix it, and unfortunately, it just can't be done, or it's just not the same thing. It's not as it was. And potentially that's what's happening right now. So it's just as simple as that. But that rooster isn't a bad card, because I think you're going to come out of this. You may learn something from this as well. There could be some sort of experience to gain. As I say, that rooster is on your side, even though it's in the black. The monkey, however, that's, I suppose in some ways that's questionable, because they both have reservations about each other, the monkey and the ox. But there are reasons for this. I was just about to get into a big sort of like why they're different, but I thought I'd pause there and just kind of think about it for a second. I think, no, we're not going to do this, because we are going to do videos in the future of the thinker triangle, and I think it will become a little bit more obvious when we talk more about that in the future. So hit that subscribe button, because we will be doing videos on your triangle, which do include the rooster and the snake in the future. The monkey, however, is a self-care card. It's about self-care. And I know you're quite unimaginative and you can't really sort of like grasp the concept of actually looking after you and pampering you, but you need to. You need to have a spa day. You need to have a day off. You need to put your feet up. You need to relax. You need to chill out. You need to just take a step back and admit defeat. Oh, I know. God, perish. You know, don't even go there. Just, you know, don't even go there. The thought of it. Perish the thought. Oh my goodness, no. But you do. You do. You need to look after yourselves. You really need to start considering that potentially too much of this is going to push you over the edge, and you're just going to lose your shit. You will just lose it. And then there's going to be consequences, and there's going to be casualties, and there's going to be, you know, like a bull in a china shop. Everything's going to get smashed. So you do need to take time for you. You need to take a moment or two to just look out for you. If you want to move from this phase into the next phase, then you do need to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to come back around. And if it is something as drastic as like your proposal has been rejected and now you're in this place, then, you know, you do need to look after yourself and consider yourself, you know, or any sort of like loss, like, you know, even if it was an antique or anything like this. We as human beings, we grieve. We grieve over materialistic things. We grieve over people. We grieve over losses. We grieve over missing people, or you know, we just grieve over these things that we have lost and have no, you know, no contact with or any control over when we see them, or if we're ever going to see them again. And in some circumstances, we just never see them again. And now that's what you need to do. You need to take time to grieve, and you need to take time to move on and push forward with acceptance, which I believe you're pretty capable of doing. So we'll find out next week how you get on with that, won't we? I will be back tomorrow for a reading for those born in the year of the tiger and the rabbit. If you are interested, or you know anybody born in those years and you want to find out how their week's going to be, I will see you then. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we will be doing other extra videos in the future on the affinity triangles and the contact lines and all of those. So, yep, hit subscribe. And I will see you either then. If not, then I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.